It was a good supper, baby. Thank you for cooking.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, we're back. Supper was fantastic. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Ron.
Hey, y'all.
Will you scratch a spot on my back?
I will.
Hey, Silver Foxy. It's down low. I can obviously reach this spot. It just feels better when you do it. Go lower. Yeah. Go over. They're all saying hey.
Hey, hey.
Go back over just a little bit. Too far. There we go. There we go. You're on it now. All right.
Okay, y'all, I want y'all to help me pick out what coffee I'm going to make, okay?
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'll let you know later.
Had a very good supper. I mean, they can hear you, baby. It's not like they're deaf like you are.
Shut up.
Hey, sweetie.
Okay.
Y'all here?
Baked apple pie.
Baked apple pie.
Chocolate dipped pistachio.
Chocolate dipped pistachio. That's not what we had for supper, Ron. This is our coffee she's choosing from.
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Brown sugar cinnamon.
Blueberry muffin.
Blueberry muffin.
Chocolate caramel nut.
Chocolate caramel nut. So far, we got one vote for baked apple pie.
Okay.
We got one vote for brown sugar cinnamon. Hey, Scammer Patrol, what's your vote on coffee? Should be baked apple pie. We got a vote for blueberry. Blueberry? Oh, blueberry. It's all right. Her autocorrect spelt it wrong, and I said it wrong. We got 2 votes for baked apple pie.
Okay.
3 votes for baked apple pie. You can't type, and I can't talk. Well, Scammer Patrol, you had a chance to vote for what the coffee would be. And you didn't. The second one? What was the second one? What was the second one?
The chocolate dipped pistachio.
Chocolate dipped pistachio. That's really good. It's a name from the past that I wasn't expecting to see. Okay, Shelby switched her vote to baked apple pie. So it looks like baked apple pie is going to be the winner.
All right. Baked apple pie is.
I've had the baked apple pie coffee, and it is fantastic.
And I feel like a big cup.
Wait a minute. It's 9:23 in Tamara's on? That's for right now. She's drinking coffee right now.
I'm going to use my lemon cup.
The baked apple pie is, she caught it on sale at Walmart. It's the McCafe. I'll take a rest day tomorrow. Okay, I got you. I was like, I know it's Saturday, but I know you get up super early and go to the gym. So it threw me off.
Rub it.
Yeah, it's the McCafe baked apple pie. It's supposed to be McDonald's baked apple pie. So, Tamara, do you need us to tell you a bedtime story? There was 3 little bears: Mama Bear, Papa Bear, and Buffy Bear. Hey, Jennifer, Jennifer, hey, you ain't even got to worry about modding right now. You got so much going on. If you just want to pop in and listen, that is great. I know you got a lot going on. Can't mod. Don't worry about it. Hey, Bugsy. When they get bad, we'll get them out, you know. You got too much going on, so if you need a distraction, then that's fine. Just sit here and chill. We got Silver Foxy, we got Shelby, we got Carrie. We've got one more that I got to see the name it's under. So there we go. Yeah, is Jay. There we go. Jay's in here. I'll do it, Jay. Jay, just say I. We got Jay, just say I. Dinner was great. She cooked up some pork chops, and that was fantastic. Fortunately, I forgot to get eggs, so I didn't have eggs with them. I've had so many eggs. Tamara, this morning my meal was morning/lunch. I fixed up some eggs. Put 2 packs of the teriyaki tuna and a pack of the crab meat. Chopped it up real fine, put it in the skillet, fried it all together, busted the eggs up. Man. It was definitely good. Hey, some gave all. Not, I mean, we're here, but we could be doing better. We're desperately needing some help for our hotel room. Nikki Joe, I understand that completely. We're in the same boat. So it was a combination. It was really good. I used to put my tuna and eggs together every morning. That was my main meal, and lunch was always a protein shake. Back when I was losing weight the first time, not the first time, but this last time. In between my depression battles, some gave all 65 is what we need to keep the room tomorrow. So tuna and eggs together is fantastic. You spray your pan down first, put your tuna off in there, and then once that heats up pretty good, I don't scramble my eggs traditionally. I just crack them into the pan and then just scramble them in the pan. Scramble it all, get them all mixed up together. And man, throw a little cheese in there with it. I was out of cheese. Well, I got cheese, but for some reason this cheese we got now is put a blowtorch to it and it won't melt. Some gave all. Did you hear me when I said we was needing 65 for the room? No, there really ain't no sense in blocking awareness unless they're just coming in being mean and rude, because they're going to get in the other way it goes, guys. So for the mods with that, it's not really any sense in blocking the awareness pages unless they come in and being rude, and then boot them, because they was getting in here when it was private too. So some gave all, said, "Hey, beautiful Angela."
Hey.
We've seen you in the background. But yeah, guys, we're trying to keep the room for tomorrow. It's $65. If anybody can help with anything towards that, it would be appreciated. I've seen Rackham come in. Baby, you gotta apologize for making noise in the back.
Well, sometimes on there it's loud.
Well, I hope it wasn't loud on them, but Rackham, you got muted earlier on accident. I don't know if you was around when I got you unmuted. I want to apologize for that, buddy. So, but yeah, that's You was, Ron? Why? Why was you crying earlier? Kata says they're in our live and our space. Don't apologize, love. Oh, I don't know why I was saying he was blocked. Hold on. Well, this room that we have, I call it the traveling. Not really traveling. Like if you're going to be in this town for a while, like we had people working out of town, or they was here, but they was from out of town. And thank you, Kata, for being here tonight. Our attack Kata's on the prowl. Um, you shouldn't. Some gave all. You shouldn't. Nobody blocked. Some gave all. Anyway, they was here out of town. They was working 12, 14-hour shifts, so they don't care about uh, the swimming pools and the all the free breakfast every morning and that stuff. Uh, hey, Hummingbird, man, how you doing, man? Ain't talked to you in a while. We've been going through it, my friend. We've been going through it. It's been kind of a crappy time. Uh, but this is the hotel that they come to and they stay when they want to come in. They want a hot shower, they want a comfortable bed, and they want good Wi-Fi. How did you end up in New Hampshire? That is crazy. Listen, I'm glad I wasn't looking for you because I would have never guessed New Hampshire. You're welcome, some gave all. Yeah, Ron, I don't know why. All right, sounds good to me, man. Um, we'll get on her when the situation's a little bit better for us, and we'll do a live together. Um, right now, we are desperately hoping someone helps us out with our hotel situation for tomorrow. So, yeah, because with the wife's health, staying in the car right now is not an option. If it was cooler, we stayed in the car for quite a while. There's a few of y'all in here that can attest to that. Like, y'all know we was staying in the car. Um, it's just the heat. We can't do it. It's too much for her health. $65 for the hotel room is what we're trying to get some help with. Anything helps. I'm not asking one person to send all at once. If you can, that's great. If you can't, hey, whatever would be helpful. Uh, I don't want anybody to think I'm just saying, hey, one person, please send it because it's whoever. If anybody can send anything, what are you giving her? Piece of cookie?
Yes, she done. She ate more of my cookies than I did.
Express gun? I don't know. I've actually went for a few job interviews. I won't be sharing where on here. I won't ever be sharing how they went on here. So we have one shelter in this area, and it's a woman's shelter, and they don't always run. It's volunteer, and they don't always have the volunteers to keep it going. So we're not a big town. We're just not even a mediocre town. I mean, we're just now getting a Chipotle and a Zaxby's. That tells you anything. We've grown some over the last 5, 6 years, but it's taken forever to get the growth to this town. Well, the fur baby's doing pretty good, I reckon, because she just begged a full, not a full, but almost a full peanut butter cookie from her mama. She hit her with them little puppy dog eyes, and Angela had a peanut butter cookie she was enjoying with her with her coffee, and Juju enjoyed most of the cookie. Camping out in a tent right now in this heat is not an option that we really have. I mean, um, we would just sleep in the car. I mean, and like I said, we have stayed in the car. Um, so, hey, Jeannie, how are you? Usually, if she gets ice cream, she just gets vanilla ice cream. Wait a minute, what? Oh, I didn't read all that comment very good. You tried the dog ice cream? So does it taste like real ice cream?
The dog, I know what they're talking about.
Huh?
I know what they're talking about.
Well, Ron said his gets the peanut butter dog ice cream, yeah. And then somebody on here said they accidentally ate one of them one time. So now we're all trying to figure out. Bugsy, I will not say the hotel on live. It just puts too much at risk to say the. It was dark, and you wanted. Did it taste like regular ice cream though? That's the question. Not peanut buttery. If I could get to the place to donate plasma, I could, but it's in Jackson, Tennessee. I know Jackson's about 45 minutes away from Dyersburg, and I'm not exactly sure where it's at inside Jackson. So anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour to get there. Tasted like dog food. Oh, I kind of figured it would too, but man, that's too funny that you tried it. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, if I could, I would go and donate plasma as much as they would let me. It's not really a long drive, but I need to replace a tie rod on my car. So I try to stay around here. You'll see me tomorrow? Okay. Okay. Where are you going to see me at? Don't block that just yet, anybody. Don't block that just yet. Let's see where that goes. How are you going to see me tomorrow there, Jeannie? Oh, you blocked it. Hold on a second. You muted it. I want to know what they're going to say. So let's just see. You're good. You're good. There's probably a little delay from me talking to y'all getting the. I unblocked them. They can come back and say it.
You know, like they was going to come see us on the 9th.
Oh, yeah. I ain't even talked about that. Haven't even talked about it. I should, though, just to see how they'll spin it. Hey, life's just beginning. How are you doing? I may share that story here in a little while.
Yeah.
Right now, I really need to. If anybody can help us out at all with the room for tomorrow, guys, it would be appreciated. It's $65, but anything to go towards it would be nice. And we would be doing DoorDash before that gets brought up by anybody else. If the car didn't have this issue with the tie rod, we replaced the tie rod on the driver's side, and ever since we replaced that, it keeps flicking a code that our anti-lock brakes, and it's like you can really tell, like the guy who replaced it jacked it up and he can move the tire around. He's like, it's going to break eventually. And I'm like, well, we'll just have to roll on it until we can't. And we stick around town. I drive slow. We go where we have to, not where we just want to. So somebody came by earlier wanting a ride to get them one of them loaded tees things. And I just couldn't take them because it is a lot of wear and tear on the vehicle. But yeah, like I said, right now I just can't chance. Like, we just go when we have to. That always sucks. I used to work for FedEx, and when it rained, it was made for a horrible, horrible day. It would be nice to get away for a day or two, Ron. It really would. But again, it's the whole. Maybe once we finally get to the point to where we get the tie rod fixed on the car. After that, I'd drive that car anywhere. I would drive it anywhere.
I didn't even touch her.
What are you doing over there, baby?
You're such a diva.
Mama aggravating you? Mama aggravating you? You telling on her?
I guess she is. You're such a diva. You are, but I love you.
We had a flood here back in a few months ago in our area that got pretty bad. She wants up there with you. She's supposed to be in the bed with you when you're laying down.
What are you doing?
She's like, Mama, reach down here and pick me up. I can't jump up there. Oh, she tried.
What are you doing?
Mama, she can't jump that high.
What?
No, we do not have a credit card for any type of emergency. So when an emergency happens, we just try to deal with it the best we can. Jeez. It's crazy. There's a lot of flooding going on here lately. I said it flooded here. Of course, the ones in Texas, then New Mexico. Now, it's just... I've applied for credit cards and I've gotten turned down for them. My credit's not good enough to get a credit card. The only one I could get is those ones where you've got to pay so much beforehand. No, we have not, Corey. We have not raised anything for the room yet. We're still setting at needing $65. So if anybody would be willing to help out, it would definitely be appreciated. I mean, any amount would be. Now, living in a tent would not be fun. Going camping for a few days might be fun, but living in a tent wouldn't be fun. And I answered that question a while ago when y'all was talking about living in a tent. So, appreciate the gesture. Their life's just beginning. Bugsy, if you wanted to, and I just seen your name in it, Doug. If you wanted to DM me, I wasn't for sure why you was asking about the hotel. If you wanted to DM me, we could talk in private. Sorry, my nose is itchy, guys. I feel you on that. Um, this is a starting over stage for us at 45. Um, I never dreamed we would be in this situation. Um, and then all of a sudden, it happened. Um, Baby, she's wanting up there with you so bad.
Hang on, baby.
You know, it's just.
You gotta come over here.
Here she go. Little tail wagging so fast she's going to fly over there.
Ready.
Never heard of the first one, Sizzles? I've tried the last two. I never heard that first one. Well, they like the little bar so much. Type situation. Ron, it is. And I didn't think it was going to be that hard. I really didn't. I thought, well, we'll get out there, we'll stay there for a little while, and wouldn't be that bad. I was wrong. I can see how someone gets in the trap and they can't get off the hamster wheel. We have talked about relocating. It's kind of like the situation of I wouldn't mind relocating, but I would like to have the resources for if anything happened. I wouldn't just be stuck somewhere that I don't know anything about. But if we get to the point to where we have the resource, and when I say resource, I mean money, to relocate, then chances are we're doing better and we wouldn't have to relocate. And I mean, like, I don't want to get off somewhere because we had an offer to go to Indiana, but I don't want to get off somewhere to someone that I don't really know just across, TikTok, get to a place and then something happened and they're like, well, it wasn't legit, it wasn't true, then we're stuck there. You know what I'm saying? We do not have any kids. It's just that situation of there's a couple of people that I would trust relocating to, but again, it's getting there and it's. I was talking to a guy outside of Kroger's earlier, and I'll share this story real quick. Swing by Kroger's. Oh, our Kroger's just horrible. But it was on the way home. We didn't have to cross over any traffic. It was on the right side of the road, so it was on the way. It's like it's on the road. I've got to turn down to get to here. So it's like, well, we needed something else to drink. So crap. Should have checked about the waters.
They didn't.
They didn't. Okay. Kroger's didn't have their waters on sale. It was just convenient to go there tonight. Sitting there in the car, she runs in to get a few things. this guy walks up to me and he's like, "Hey man, you wouldn't happen to have a few bucks? I'd go back over to McDonald's and get me a burger, would you?" No, I was like, "Brother, man, I don't have nothing." Uh, we do have a Kroger card. We've had that thing forever, for so long that it's got a landline number on it. But anyway, um, I told the guys like, "Look, cause like my wife's in there shopping. Uh, we got EBT. You know, if you're hungry, I can call her real quick and get her to bring you out something." And he's homeless and bad situation, and so I told her to call her, and I was like, "Hey, I said, get some like bainis and ramen noodles, and you know." He said he had a way to fix the noodles, but he didn't really have a way to fix a whole lot of stuff. So it was like, you know, and that's what he asked for. And I told him we'd give him some food. He was like, "Man, if you get me bainis and ramen," and he said it'd be great, and got him a Coke. And he went on about his business. Um, I've gotten so sidetracked that I don't remember what I was talking about, guys. I was telling that story for a reason. And I keep seeing stuff pop up, and I keep answering it. Well, see, I don't know if it's uh, Gooby. Is that your name? Um, it wasn't where I was going with that. There was somebody said something, and I was like, "Well, let me." I was thinking about that point, but I don't remember. Oh, this is what I remember, and I'll get back to Gooby. Y'all hang on. He was telling me, he was like, "Yeah," he said, "I came down here for work with the construction crew that's working on this hotel over here." And he said, "I came down from Johnson City for the work." And he didn't tell me what. He just said some things happened and he was no longer employed with them. And he couldn't get home. That's where I was going with that story. Because we was talking about relocating. And I don't want to be in that situation where he's like, "Man, I'm stuck. I don't know anything about this town. I only know what's around this area here." Uh, and he goes, "I don't know anything else." So we sat there and talked. I told him some resources. He actually pulled out a piece of paper and an ink pen and wrote down the resources names and where they was at. And he's trying to get back to Johnson City, but we helped him out tonight. Um, so I don't want to be like that. I don't want to relocate and you get someplace and it's not what it's supposed to be, and then we're stuck in a place like he is. He's stuck here in this town, not knowing how he's going to get back home, and hoping for the best. First of all, I want to Gooby. Do you know the difference between a pork steak and a ribeye? A serious question. So I'm going to try to clear this up again. Because if you know that's what we've been eating, you had to have been around just kind of watching in the shadows or something, or you had to come from the other side, right? So I'm just asking. Do you know the difference, Gooby, between what a pork steak is and a ribeye? Exactly, Miranda. Just because they're called a pork steak doesn't mean they are a steak. It's basically just a glorified pork chop. You know, Ron said one's beef and one's court. I'm sure he meant pork. But here's the biggest difference between a ribeye steak or just steak. I'm using ribeye because I remember glancing down at the prices of them at Walmart. Here's the difference, Gooby. A pack of 3 pork steaks. I got a pack in the fridge, and I can show you. Anywhere between $5 to $8. So a pack of ribeyes for two, $32. So it's between $5 to $8. It's not a real steak. It's just cut to look like a steak. It's what my dad used to say is made to confuse poor people. You know. Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the leap of faith. I take a leap of faith if I move somewhere where I don't know anybody, nobody at all, and everything goes wrong. It's not like I'm starting over here where I know where, like, okay, we have a bad day with food, I know a place to go get it. If we have this, okay, I do know somebody I could call to help fix the car, but I'd have to figure out how to pay them. If this happened, I do know where to get mine and Angela's meds at. We go to the health department, we get our meds given to us. So, you know, Ron, if you was closer, I'd be taking you up on that. I would be. And the guy who fixed the tie rod didn't. It ain't like he just ripped me off or anything. $50 for the tie rod. He charged me $50 to put it on. And he came to where I was at because I was broke down on Planet Fitness's parking lot for over 2 days, sleeping in the car because we couldn't go anywhere else. But if you want to go by what awareness says, we've never slept in a car.
Hey, baby, listen. Listen.
Yeah.
Disneyland
Uh-oh.
does a epilepsy awareness day, of course, in November.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a dance party thing, and they do like this huge expo and stuff for it.
That's really cool. Apparently, Disneyland does an epilepsy day in November. If you don't know, November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. Well, Heather, that was for the last 7 days. That ends tonight. Tonight's the last night we have for that week. I wished it was paid for another week, but it is not. We paid it last Sunday for 7 days, and today is the last day of that agreement. So tomorrow I have to. I'm trying to just get enough to pay for the day, and then, you know. Journey, that's sad. I hate that you feel like you're the biggest joke on TikTok right now. I really do hate that. Yeah, we paid last Sunday, and the day would be the 7th day on it. So, what you done to? Oh, never mind. But anyway. Before anybody asks me that I'm drinking a big Coke, I'm not. That glass has some ice in it from the store next door. We don't have enough room for a bag of ice in the freezer. So he sells these for 99 cents. Pack full of ice. I keep the cups. So, my fine china. Hey, U.S. Army, how are you doing? I'll have to tell Angela you said good evening when she comes out of the restroom. That's good. That is great. Glad you're doing okay tonight, U.S. Army. So, was that your rank that you held in the Army that's in your picture? What is that? Is that a staff sergeant rank? Am I wrong on that? It's, I'm so rusty on my rank pictures from ROTC back in '97. First sergeant. Okay, I was right then. See, what is it? Sergeant, then first sergeant? Is that how the rank goes? Or is it the other way around? I know there's a drill sergeant in there. Oh, that's cool, Miranda. Life's just beginning. That's because there's a lot of people from the awareness pages just sitting there watching. That's how it always is. They get a kick out of our misery and other people's miseries on here. There we go. Y'all showing some love to the U.S. Army. That's great. I really think that is great. Sergeant, sergeant, first class, master sergeant, then first sergeant. Okay, okay. I missed master sergeant. I think I was a little bad. I never served in the military. I took ROTC and realized that that was not for me. Um, thought it was up till I took that class, and um, we had a guy named First Sergeant McCutcheons, and if you went to him and told him that you was thinking about joining the army or any branch of the military, he set you down and gave you a realistic um, point of view about how it was. He'd give you the pros and cons. He didn't sugarcoat none of it. Uh, and he did that with me, and I was just like, ROTC is as far as I'm going with this. And I went ahead and finished my semester out with it, and didn't do any more. So a lot of sergeant steps. Yeah, we have a few nursing homes around us. Hope you don't think we're that old, though. That was stupid. I should have. That was what I said was stupid. Not you asking if we have nursing homes. Where does the drill sergeant fall into that sergeant rank? So I know First Sergeant McCutcheon was a drill sergeant for a while. Bugsy, um, best way I can sum it up is they sit here and they try to bring awareness to people for people being beggars and scammers. If you ever have to get on here and ask for help, they automatically, uh, hey, you're a scammer. You're horrible. Um, and that's the ones right now that are spamming me with this Angela wants a Disney trip stuff. Um, a lot of the awareness pages are absolutely garbage people. Not garbage people. Like they don't pick your garbage up. They're trash. Hey Tulsa, how are you doing? What did you see earlier? I'm afraid to ask. Okay. Got you. So I know he was a drill sergeant at one time, and then he moved up to first sergeant, and then he was teaching ROTC for Dyer County High School for the longest. And uh, we had him. We had a Colonel Thrasher, and Colonel Thrasher was a, how is this in the Army? The Army's great. The Army's fine. The Army's magical. Everybody should sign. First Sergeant McCutcheons was like, look, this is what's going to happen if you sign up. He told you the answer that wasn't like just trying to recruit you. That is awesome, Tulsa. How's that little bundle of joy doing? So, but like I said, with his talk and everything in there, I learned quickly that I was not cut out to go to the military. We have a Salvation Army that runs Monday through Thursday. And then we have a few places that'll help you with a few groceries here and there. But they only do it once every so many weeks. Oh, yeah, they do that, Bugsy. They'll replay my live. They was on there the other day replaying our live from December the 19th. And, yeah, that's what they do. And it's just like, one of them was like, well, it's first of this month. I was like, well, Angela just got her check today. And he's like, yeah, I know. She gets a check every month. She doesn't. They make up their own truth to a lot of it. They'll take a little bit of something that they think they've heard and trying to touch your.
I got my moo on. I got my moo on. I got my moo on.
Narrative. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. We have one shelter here, and it's a woman's shelter. They don't have very many beds, and unfortunately, they're not open all the time. They don't have the volunteers to work there. She loves her moo. That'd be the next thing. Angela loves her moo. Tinkerbell, the plan is to get work and get the hell out of this situation. And no, I was wrong. It's helped me fund my trip to Disney.
And what?
It was help me fund my trip to Disney. Hey, Kristen, how are you doing? Ain't seen you in a minute. I've been trying to find some in. A lot of them are cutting grass and stuff like that at this moment, or hauling stuff off, and I don't have a lawnmower or a truck. So
I'll get me another cookie and come back this time.
We was both working at McDonald's, was both liking it. And there were some call-ins from online and complaining about us. One of them even said on my day off that I was up there in my uniform begging for money in the parking lot. And they let us both go because people was calling in on me and telling them that I was saying stuff online. I was begging for money in the parking lot. And yeah. And they released Angela because of that reason, that they was calling in on me. So yeah. $49 I ain't hit the hour mark yet to get that little oomph in that. So yeah. I really don't think I could do a CNA job. I mean, I really don't think I could. I've heard too many horror stories from other people about them, and I'm just like, especially about when they lose somebody they've, been around for so long. They are. Gigi, I can't do DoorDash right now. It's I just went my brain just shut down on for a second. Um,
No.
Car does have some issues, so we're kind of just driving it when we absolutely have to.
Yeah, okay.
And right now, it's not a great idea to be out driving a car for 3, 4, 5 hours a day trying to do DoorDash. Kimberlyn would needing some help trying to come up with $65 for the room. If anybody can help with anything of that, it would be appreciated. Yeah, Kristen, I don't think I could. I don't. I can't change a baby's diaper. Isn't it a part of a CNA is like having to clean up when they have messes? Like I would be there'd be two messes in there to clean up. Hey CJ, we're here. Been better, been worse. You know, probably need some rest, Jennifer. Um, I was beginning to wonder if all my mods have fallen asleep. It's a possibility that they have all fallen asleep on me. And if they have, that is fine. There's Shelby. I'll look into that. I mean, I have went for some job interviews. I'm just not sharing that information with anybody, where or what's come out of them. Because last time I did it, didn't do me any good on here. Jennifer, get you some rest. I know it's hard to rest in them hospital chairs and stuff. Yeah, I seen it. I went ahead and got it blocked. Well, thank you, Debbie. Debbie said you should sing. You have a voice from God. She hasn't sung in a long time, guys.
I did. Thank you, though.
So, but guys, I've got applications in there where I went for several job interviews this week. Just because I'm not sharing it doesn't mean it's not going on. I just learned from the experience of I won't share anything about it. So, Jennifer, we're here if you need us. Said I know you need to get some rest and everything, and I guess my other mods have fallen asleep on me. Bugsy, you've been in the hospital for 2 years. I appreciate it, Heather. Christian, you said you was going through a divorce now. I hate to hear that. All right, Jennifer, you get you some rest. DM us if you need us. Yeah, most definitely, Bugsy. That's a long time to be in the hospital. Send you all the good thoughts and prayers. And I understand that. Yeah, that's like I said. Shelby, I mean, nobody will know. There'll be a couple of close friends that will know, but and that's it. It'll be to the point to where enough people, so few people will know that if it gets out, I'll know the two or three people that it came from. Bugsy, if it's too personal, don't answer. But what has caused you to be in the hospital for that long? If it's too personal, don't answer. It's fine. You can say that. We won't ask anymore. I think everybody was curious. I was just the one that asked. Kurt, it's been a pretty crappy day. Probably going to be a crappy all night long. So, yeah, I'm not telling anybody. I got a couple of friends that I know that if I tell, they're not going to say a word about it. Um, but as far as off of here, I'm not going to get on here and try to make a. I made a video last time. It was like, hey, look, hey, I'm working. Leave me alone. And then it just all went bad. So, Hurt. If we're to the point to where if we can't come up with $65 by in the morning, we're going to have to. We're going to lose the room. Um, and so far, I've been able to come up with nothing. So, turn this light off, though, because it's giving me. I may get a little blurry, a little fuzzy, but jeez, 112 surgeries. That is insane. But hey, at least you're here to learn how to walk again, right? That's. I hate, man. It's insane. Uh, yeah, that bright side, hey, you're. Sounds like you're on the backside of it now. That's wonderful. I got to shift around a little bit, guys. I turned that light out because it was starting to give me a headache. Well, we'll definitely, we'll keep you in our prayers and everything that you keep pushing forward. That is insane. 112 surgeries is insane, but at least you survived it. That's what I was about to say. I wanted to click on the picture. Everybody was like referring to you as buddy and brother, and I was just like, I think I see long blonde hair. And I was trying to click on the picture to blow it up and be like, I don't want to misgender anybody, but I'm a sister. Thank you. I like that answer back. That was good. Oh, we've been on. We've been on an hour exactly. Huh, I'll never do that again. Not be on an hour, but like it just hit an hour. when I switched over there. I'm getting sleepy now, but I'll try to lay down. I won't be able to sleep all night.
Yeah.
I already know. What are you doing? Oh, okay. I didn't know she was. Every time you pick your phone up, I know she'll come over there and knock it out of you. Man, I hate that U.S. Army. That is crazy. Cody, I don't know if it's still raining now or not. It was earlier. Hey, Johnson. Yeah, I don't know. It could still be raining. I haven't been outside in a minute. So. We spent most of Saturday worrying about Sunday. Uh, so, no, we didn't do anything fun. We've pretty well sit here all day and been trying to figure out how to keep from having to be back in the car tomorrow because it's going to be hot, thunderstorms. At least my weather's saying 55% chance of storms. So who knows with here? Who knows on my out? It's stupid. Earlier it was talking about it wasn't doing anything and it was thundering and lightning outside. So it's I need a better weather app for this area. If it was cooler, we would just, hey, we'll get us a good night's sleep in the bed. Tomorrow, pack everything up, and deal with it. Is it going to be hot, humid, and rainy all week? It's If it was just me, I wouldn't worry about it. I just wouldn't worry about it. But with her health and and everything, Juju can't be in a car all week either. It's probably what we're getting our stuff, but we do get like the tail end of weather fronts and stuff coming. We don't get like the tropical storms or hurricanes or anything like that, but we'll catch like the weather front being blown across. So Shelby, we teamed that one up good. You muted and I blocked. Yeah, it's kind of what we had today out of nowhere. Just thunder, lightning, and a bunch of it rained pretty hard, and the wind blew for just a little while. And like I said, it could be raining now. I don't know. About an hour ago, it said the rain was going to start in 20 minutes. Who knows? Usually, the weather we get here, Ron gets first. RoboCop gets first, and then I'm in Tennessee. Now, I'm not really interested in getting up and going to the door and looking out to see if it's raining. Although I'm pretty sure I just heard thunder, so. We are in Tornado Alley down here. Like we've been very thankful that none's touched down this year here in our city. We are in Dyersburg, Tennessee. We're in Northwest Tennessee. I'm ready for winter too. Yeah, Corey. So we probably got the same weather. It was at one point when we was leaving the gym. I was like, man, it's nice out here. And then we left the gym, went to Kroger's, and before we left Kroger's, it wasn't there long. But before we left Kroger's, it was done clouded up, started lightning. Then by the time we made it to the room, it was storming, and it stopped, and it may be fired back up. You can keep that heat index of 105. We've had some high heat index days. Tornadoes ain't nothing to mess around with. We've had a pretty bad storm come through. Not long ago, a few months ago, and there was a bunch of trees down just right up the road from where we're staying. And this city was like, one of the guys I know at the city, he was like, yeah, he said they wasn't blown over and broken. He said they looked like they was twisted out of the top. And he was like, he goes, I think a tornado came over, it just didn't touch. That is crazy. Sorry about you losing your home and your RV. The room is $65 a night, and we will be here until we can get into housing. I agree with you. Everybody in Texas and New Mexico all need to be prayed for. Yeah. I remember that because people was having to leave Florida. I got a buddy that lives down there in Florida, and he said luckily the hurricane was going to miss them, but they caught a lot of the rain off of the storm that went through. No thanks. Right now we're trying to get some help with our hotel room. It's $65 a day. We don't have tomorrow covered. We're trying to get tomorrow's day covered. Yeah, we're living here at this point. It's everywhere we're going to be in this hotel room or a car. So we've been trying to get into housing. We've been on the waiting list for government assistance housing for about a little bit over 9 months now. So it's I would like to say we won't need it for much longer. Back in the first year, we thought we was going to be able to get a house on our own, and then had a very, very big rude awakening on the housing market and apartments and everything, and how expensive they are and how much it costs to get started. And I don't think a lot of people realize that these days. It's not like it was 20 years ago where $500 got you moved into a place. I'm guessing that's more. Yeah, it sucks. Like we got the phone call like, hey, meeting Friday to sign papers. We're going to be able to help you guys get in a place and have permanent housing. And we were so excited. And it was just like, oh my God, it's happening. We're going to get into permanent housing, government program. We're going to be able to do that, work, get back on our feet. And then 2 days later, we got the phone call. It was like, well, somebody didn't exit our program like we thought they was going to. We had to extend them. And that was the spot y'all was going to get. and they was already in housing and been getting it, paid and everything, and so we're extending them for another 6 months, and so now we don't have a slot for y'all. So we went from, oh my God, we're going to have housing, to it taken away from us. We have been moved down the list, and was told by our caseworker that we was moved down the list because a single mother with children had came in and they tried to place them sooner. Understand that. I get that. Um, U.S. Army, you're not too far off. They started about 12 to 1300 for anything that was halfway decent. Um, Stuff that was windows being taped together by duct tape and stuff like that, and cracks in the walls and everything else was like $500 and $600. And still, it was like, here's what got me the most. It was like, well, you got to have 3 times the amount um, of income that it costs to rent a place. So if you've got $1,000 a month rent, they want you to have $3,000 a month income, and then they want you to pay to in this area, Kelly. Some of them was 2 times, some of them was 3. Damn it! I looked right at that and didn't get it. Oh, you're in Kentucky. I was going to say, you're not getting 2-bedroom across from this golf course for $900 a month. You ain't getting a house in the rougher side of town for $900 a month here. Um, it's we looked at one house and it was $850 a month, $850 deposit. They wanted first and last month rent. So now we're at what, 8, 16, 24, 25, 25.50, and we haven't even got utilities turned on yet. And then let's throw a $45 application fee on top of that to see if we even qualify for the place. So we have one woman shelter here. They have very few beds, and they're not always open. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm not saying it's just for us. No one said I said it was just for us. I never said that's just for us. It's crazy. We're just having a conversation about it. Tina said hers was $1,200 a month, and she had to pay $3,600 up front. That's insane. You shouldn't have to pay that much up front for a house. And then I'm sure, Tina, you had to go get everything turned on. Yeah. Well, one of them was like, whoever's doing the head of household, you can pay this one. And we went to one that was like, well, it's going to be you and your wife in there, so we need $30 a person on this application. Gigi, it'd be nice. We haven't raised anything to for this room for tomorrow, so I don't know. I'm gonna. Yeah, exactly. It's insane. It is insane. Yeah, and the application fees and background checks and stuff, you're not getting that money back. We haven't even been able to find a place to help with the voucher. Every place we go to, we're on a waiting list. Section 8 waiting list. West Tennessee homeless, and that's their whole deal, is to help homeless people get off the streets and stuff. Waiting list. Housing authority waiting list. And this is one of the things that gets me is I know we was pushed to the side because a woman and her 3 kids said they was homeless. I was completely okay. Get them babies off the street. Yeah, that's fine. Push us to the back. But when I know the person that we got pushed to the back for, I'm pretty sure it was this person. Uh, she goes and files for her paperwork, gets the place, and after they get moved in, they move the baby daddy in. So they file as a single homeless woman with children, get their place. Not saying all of them do it, not saying that at all. Some of them do. And then when they get their place, baby daddy comes to stay with them. And when it's time for inspection, baby daddy just leaves for a little while, and they come through with their inspections for the housing authority, and it's all copacetic, and nothing ever comes out of it. So it's just using the loophole in the system. They are. And if the last time you rented a place was a giant house for $100 a month that was water and garbage, you had a deal you probably never should have walked away from. Like when did you rent that? You would think it, Kurt, but as long as they show up and everybody who's on the lease is there, and somebody who's not on the lease isn't there, they don't care. Bugsy 1785. Are you sure you put $100 a month? That's what you meant to put? Because 15 years ago was only 2010. I didn't turn them in. Only thing that's going to do is legit get them babies kicked out. You got kids in situation because what their mama and daddy did to do a loophole on the system. We're not legally married. You can go do this and get us a place. You know, well, 15 years ago for $100 a month, that's still, that's still, you can't buy cheaper than that. You can't. You know, you're looking at $1,200 a year for 15 years. You know, uh, that's what 12,000 for 10 years, 6,000 for five, $18,000 for a house for 15 years. Like you can't buy a house that cheap. So why would you ever move from a big house for $100 a month with your water? What did you say? Was included with your water and garbage included? I'm hoping you meant $1,000 a month. You just typoed it and don't realize it. In 2010, I just, listen. I'd have to. That's one of those situations where I'd have to see it to believe it. Like I just too good to be true sounding stuff. A doghouse. I don't know. That sounds too good. Let me find a place for $100 a month with my water and garbage pickup in it, and I ain't going nowhere. 20 years of paying on it ain't but 24,000. I mean, I know people who's had low mortgage payments too, but man, $100 a month to rent for something like that, mm, that's a little wild. That's what I'll say about that. That's all I got to say about that. My Forrest Gump voice. Yeah, yeah, maybe that. California girl wants to know what state the $100 house was in. That's crazy. You find $100 house like that, and that ain't moving. But anyway, hell, that's $100 here for 2 days on this summertime special. Well, guys, yeah. I said the hotel does they're doing a summertime special. It's $100 for 2 days. You know, so hell, I can't come up with 65 right now for a day. It seems like. Baby, have you taken your meds?
That's one minute.
You need that other light out?
No, it's okay.
I gotta get my meds in just a second to take them. My blood pressure and diabetes medicine. Just look forward to the time of days where I have to take it. You alright in there?
No.
Yeah. Stressed?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it, kiddo. Ooh. That is not good. I wish hotel rooms was still $20 a night. I know you used to be able to get them cheap. Samantha, we are needing help with anything towards the hotel room. Where the hotel is $65 a night. We're trying to keep the hotel for tomorrow. Um, we don't have to check out. My wife can't sit in the heat and stuff in the car due to her health issues. So it's needing any help at all towards the hotel room. Yeah, it's definitely good to have that meds we need because I tell you, I would be messed up big time if I didn't have my meds. I don't have any of it. I have zero of it. I'm flat freaking broke. Um, hey, Georgia, Pittsburgh girl, I hate to hear that. They are horrible. You know what the heat does to them, and hers is heat triggered, and loud noise and flashing lights get her more than anything. Um, doesn't take long in the heat either. A week is 350. A week would be amazing to be able to pay for, but hey, Christy, right now I figured it'd be a whole lot easier to get help on one day than it would be a whole 7 days. So, imagine, GG, I imagine. The heat's just horrible if you don't have anything wrong with you. Then when you start putting health problems on top of that, it gets a lot worse. Christy, I've been to several job interviews this week. Right now, neither one of us has a job. We was both working, and was cost our jobs by some of the awareness people off of here. Um, if they'd have left us alone, we wouldn't need the help. We would have had our paychecks to pay for the room, you know. Um, it's still a girl's definitely hard. Excuse me. Definitely hate to hear that. Seizures need more awareness. They really do. Jill Hall, some of these awareness pages think they're exposing people who are scamming and everything because they need some help. Um, the groups on here started making phone calls in and ended up getting us both fired. The last phone call they took up there, and they was like, "This is the last one we're taking. We're letting y'all both go because of this." Someone had called in and said that I was on the parking lot in my uniform after work begging for money. John Adams, I don't know what you mean, buddy. So yeah, they tagged the owner of the store we was working at in a bunch of Facebook crap, pissed him off, and kept making phone calls. We've applied for it. We have not gotten it yet. Hopefully, this other job puts me to work soon, and nobody on here will know where I'm working. Y'all won't know that I am working. I'm still trying to figure out what John Adams means by that. If someone can explain it to me, I'd appreciate it. You know, if they'd have left us alone, um, we would be paying the room every week on our own. You know, things would start getting better, but they don't want them to get better because if they get better, I don't come over here and I have to ask for help, and then they don't have anybody to make content about. It's been about 3 weeks now since we applied. Um, so there hasn't been a decision made yet. We keep a check on it daily. Um, just a little over a year. We got moved into the hotels, and I thought it would be a quick fix to the problem we was having, and damn was I wrong. And we was employed a little bit longer than a few days. So yeah, it was longer than a few days. And see, and I'm not fussing at Gigi. I'm just saying that's what gets everything blown out of proportion so much online is because somebody takes a little bit of knowledge that they think they know and then they speak on it, and then someone else hears it and then they go speak on it, and then that little bit of knowledge gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every time someone speaks on it. It's like rolling a snowball down the hill. And by the time it gets down to the bottom of the hill, it's done wiped out a car because it's gotten so big. So if you don't know the full knowledge on something, don't speak on it. Right? Because then you're just like the awareness pages. They take a little bit of knowledge that they think they know and they start rolling it down that hill. And I guarantee you right now there'll be 10 people sitting there saying, oh, they only worked there a few days. We thought they worked there for a month or so. They only worked there a few days because they're going to take one thing that's said and off and running with it, guys. I've filed for unemployment twice in my life. Once I got it really quick. Once it took quite a while to get it. And I'm not even talking about that with your son's experience. I'm talking about, you know, the comment of only worked a few days. Thank you for the donut. Um, that's the comment I was talking about because that's what they do. They take the little bit of information that they think they know. And again, Gigi, I'm not really just fussing at you about it because this is what the awareness page. I'm enlightening a little bit about what the awareness pages do. They hear a little snippet of something and they go, "Oh well, somebody said." And then by the time it gets to the third person, it was somebody said. And by the time it gets to the fifth person, it was like they said. And then by the time it gets told, it's like we know for a fact. It's like they know for a fact that Angela gets a check when she doesn't. But when the guy on the awareness page goes, "Oh yeah, I remember. I think I remember them saying she gets a check now. I think I remember." If you think, if you're not 100% sure, don't speak it out your mouth. Exactly, Mandy. And because of what they don't know, they'll make up, and then they'll say it, and then one of the other awareness people says it, and then the other people say it, and then by the time it gets back to them, oh well, 10 people said it. I've never signed up for disability. Angela has 3 times. She's never gotten it. So, and that's been the same thing I've said since the get-go. Yeah, I'm a diabetic with high blood pressure. Um, so, I mean, I'm a diabetic. I got high blood pressure. I've got a very bad knee. It alters my walking, but I've never once applied for disability. Angela has because of her medical problems and everything. Being a diabetic's on the approval list. Well, I didn't know that. Epilepsy sure isn't. She got a lawyer the second time. Um, it was pretty shitty how things got handled with the attorney. She had an attorney here. Um, she had a doctor's appointment. She was actually in the hospital from having a real bad seizure. They kept her for a couple of days for tests and stuff. I called her attorney and told her she's not going to be able to make this appointment today. She's in the hospital. And the attorney told me, she goes, "Do y'all remember me telling y'all if you miss an appointment, I don't represent y'all?" I'm like, "Yeah, but she's in the hospital. She's not going to be discharged until tomorrow." And she dropped her case. The cool grandma. Well, I hope you said your piece and you feel better. Hey, Bugsy. Tennessee is a hard state. And Bugsy, if you could help her, apply and see if you know anything to help her with it, that would be one. She was loving the job at McDonald's. It was a lobby job. Um, the heat would not allow her to be in the back part of a restaurant cooking and stuff. That's just not going to be a thing. But the lobby, she loved it. She was killing it. You know, uh, she's doing a great job. Let me rephrase that. Um, oh wow, I didn't know that, Miranda. I wish Tennessee did that. See, I'm just trying to find another job. It's like I've seen how much she's gone through and tried to get it and everything. It's like I've never thought once about myself filing for disability. You know, I'll just change from working in a factory to trying to find a job in retail somewhere. It's crazy how hard it is to get, and some people can go there for the stupidest things and get it the first try. That's what blows my mind a lot. Bandit Mom 59, you are a lucky one to have it in 6 months. You're very lucky. Tinkerbell, you're correct. Miranda, she was at the doctor's office, and she kept telling them um, she felt really bad. She's like, "I feel really bad. I feel really bad." She had a seizure. They ended up calling 911 to come get her. Uh, and this was their doctor. Um, this was disabilities doctor, and rushed her to the hospital. They kept her overnight for her seizures and everything. Uh, got out, took her to Jackson to where her neurologist was. She wanted to see her. She ended up spending 2 more days there. Um, Came back, tried to reschedule the meeting, and they was like, "Well, we're dropping this because we don't think this is a serious enough ailment for her disability." And she had it in front of their doctor. So, and then I've seen people who really don't deserve it. Um, there was a woman that was getting approved for hers because her allergies was too severe for her to get out and go to work. Her allergies was too severe for her to go to work, and she was approved on the second time of getting hers. That's what's happened is, and this is back to again the system. Huh, I didn't know that. It is crazy how they approve some and deny some. I know someone who got approved because um, when they came out of rehab, they got approved for theirs. You know, and it was for that reason. A rug dependency, history of rug dependency is what her paperwork says, and she was approved. So, but giving it to someone that is on that dependency over someone who, like, there's so many people listed. Someone was crippled. Someone had a lung removed. I don't know what Jason's was. He might have said, but partial disability. So to give full disability to someone out of rehab, first try, makes no sense to me when people are sitting here with all these problems and get turned down. I would have to say no to the keto friendly iced coffee recipes. Hey Donna, how are you? No, not at all, Tinkerbell. Not at all. Went, got into a little bit of trouble, went to rehab, came out, ended up, she went to rehab twice, went back to rehab, came out. Someone told her you should apply for your disability. She applied for it, got it on the first try. Not a thing in the world wrong with her besides being an addict. I have no clue what that is, but it sounds horrible. You think it's got chronic pain and it cannot be good. And I'm not saying anything bad about anybody that's in rehab, but people that are in rehab getting it, you're choosing to do that stuff. You may get addicted, but you have chose first to do it. These people, Jason, CPRS, he didn't choose that. The person who got hit by a train and was crippled, they didn't choose that. The boss that lost a lung, they didn't choose that. You know, it's like when you choose to do something to your life. Oh, you're fine, CJ. Welcome back. Um, and you get it before someone who is going through medical problems. That there's no shape and form way that they've chose to live that life that way. It's insane our system is that way. I always thought it was the same in every state, but I do know that it's easier in some states to get it than it is here. I know a guy who moved to the state of Missouri and had it within 3 months because he was overweight. You see, he deserves it. You know, stage 5 chronic kidney disease, yeah, deserves disability 100% more than someone who chose to uh, put things in their bodies that they shouldn't have been. So, but we really got a sidetrack top. I'm going to pause you guys for a second and go use the restroom. I don't want y'all to hear me using the restroom, so I will pause y'all. I'll be back. Y'all just talk amongst yourselves and be nice. Okay, guys, I went and got my meds too. Bugsy, we're definitely going to have to talk more about this stuff. I said, not, I'm trying to go to work. Hers is, and U.S. Army. It. Should be the. You should never see a medical bill. Neither should have none of our other vets. You serve this country, you should never see a medical bill. I tell you, the homeless here is I've never seen it this bad in this town. And I'm gonna tell you, before we got in this situation, I thought I was always like, I don't see how they don't get out of that, because there's got to be programs for it, and this is that there's not programs for it here. Um, and that's great, and it should be that way for a lot of it. I mean, I know some veterans. Um, I've heard them complain about they can't get to the VA. They can't do. We need more stuff like that. I just if you serve this country, you shouldn't have to listen. You shouldn't have to pay for any medical bills, and you shouldn't have to pay any taxes. I'm just saying. If you're serving this country, you shouldn't have to pay tax on your money ever. I'm gonna run for president. That's gonna be my voting thing. Y'all think I'd win off that? Well, guys, we talked about a lot of stuff tonight. Bugsy, I agree with you too. I just we don't treat our veterans good at all in this country. Our country doesn't treat our people, our Americans. We don't get treated for the crap in this country. And you know that statement, they'll help, but it's not the best care in the world. That's that's the shame of that whole scenario. Is it should be some of the best care in this world because you guys served our country. Many of you buddies and stuff didn't come back from serving our country, so it should be great service for them. It should be great service for their family. You know, um, what is it? 22 a minute or 22 an hour? Is that whatever that is? I don't remember the time frame. I know it's 22 veterans unalive themselves. Um, it's just crazy. 22 a day. I couldn't remember exactly the time frame, but you know, you put your life on the line for us, and you go over and fight for our country, and you come back and you get subpar medical attention. Some people think you're an absolute disgrace for doing it, and you get a VFW to go drink your cares away. Because I turned this light off because it was giving me a headache, and right now I'm kind of sitting in the dark, slightly in the dark. When she opens up this bathroom door, it'll be a little bit better. It won't be clear because I'm not. That light was giving me a headache. I just don't want to turn it back on right now. The light, life, the day, everything, just giving me a headache. So, hope you guys don't mind me being a little out of focus. I feel like I live my life out of focus. Was that the light behind me's on? So you're probably getting a bad glare off of that too. I think it's glaring in the camera and bouncing off the mirror. So, guys, anybody want to help me with a miracle tonight? I know what this night is fixing to consist of. This night is fixing to consist of being awake for probably until I just can't stand it anymore, and then maybe getting an hour or two of sleep. And then hoping I can get up in the morning and get some help on keeping the hotel room for another day. Unless I get an absolute miracle tonight and someone help me out. Not right now. I can't. Not till the car gets. Um, not till I get that tie rod fixed on it. We're just driving it till where we absolutely have to go. Checkout's technically 11. I've been late on it a few times, and they've given me till 12. So I'll say 12 o'clock. They've never not given me to 12. So. Yeah. We're almost at a 2 hour mark. Yeah. No, we all got quiet, didn't we? So I brought the mood down. My bad, guys. I can talk to you in a DM when I get off of here, Christoph. Probably didn't clear up any at all when she opened up that door. Well, you're fine. Thank you for the gesture, though.
Ci si face?
Boss, Lazy Eyes. I read it and I was reading it back to him, I guess. Not much, man. I don't know. That's the best way I can answer that. That is my wife and her little moo. You finished drinking your cough you made you? Yeah. My boo companion. All right, Christoph. That is Angela that I've talked about quite often. She's been on here with me some. She used to get on here all the time, but the rudeness. She's not as thick-skinned and she can't hold her temper as well as I do. So, and they know that, and they would bait her into saying something to get us kicked off here. Hey, why don't you go find something to watch? I'm sure Golden Girls is on. They're only on for like 92 hours a week. Lay down, rest, and everything, and let me figure all this stuff out.
Okay.
You go ahead and turn that light on if you want to.
No, it's okay.
She's beyond stressed, and I know what that's going to. That's going to be a long night with her. So, the way it goes, I ain't sleeping tonight. So yeah. And the bad thing is, there's a group of people that is just so happy right now that we're going through this misery. That's really the bad thing. One of the bad things. They're just so happy that everything's going on. It's, Cassidy, I try not to, but it's just like they just, I guess they're living rent free in my head just as much as I'm living rent free in theirs. When your day starts off at 6 o'clock in the morning with people texting you, they're doing a live about you 6 o'clock in the morning. I get on around 11 or something just to talk, and they're streaming that to the afternoon. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. They're streaming your live from December the 19th. What'd you say, babe? Oh, she's checking on you. She's worried about you, mama. So it's all day long with these people, and it's just like they're so happy when this happens to people. And it's like, how can you sit there? And they justify it all by trying to make me out to be the worst person fucking ever. Yeah. Baby, find you something to watch. A little TV in the background's not going to bother this live. Okay? Put it on one of your shows and just try to relax, all right?
Golden Girls will come on for 12.
Oh, you already know what time Golden Girls come on? Like she watches Golden Girls so much. I wished I never would have knew what TikTok was. I really wished I never found this out. I wished I never knew what it was. I wished I never had to ask anybody for any help. I wished that it was just, wished I could get in a time machine and go back 5 years of my life and go, hey, shit's about to go down. You need to be more prepared for it. You're not prepared for this. You need to be prepared. It is Golden Girls every night here. And if that makes her happy, I'm good with that. I don't even care. I don't watch TV that much. We used to battle. We used to come on here and battle and make a few extra $100 every week just battling. But they've ruined that too. Because I can't get on here and do a battle without somebody going, oh, you're the scammer. Or they run over to the other person's page and flood them with, oh, he's a scammer, he's a liar, he's this, he's that. He's going to try to steal money, he's going to do this, and then they drop it. I've got to fight. I've left this app twice. And they attacked my Facebook. They attacked my Instagram. And then when I came back over here, they left my Facebook alone. But here recently, they're starting to go after Facebook again. And so I've got to fight it and get us back on our feet and shove it in their fucking faces. I borrowed some money from a woman off this app, and never denied any of this story. So people who just finding out who I am, I borrowed some money from a woman on this app. Thought I was going to be able to pay it back at a certain time. I couldn't. I kept trying to get the money together. Couldn't. It got to the point to where it was constantly like my phone was going off all the time. I'm like, look, I'm trying to get you the money back. I can't just magically make it appear. You just give me some time. Sure, no problem. And then the next day, they ran straight to the awareness pages and told them the story, gave them my name and everything. And 4 or 5 of them came at me. And they was like, okay, there's no traction to this. Left me alone. Until one of them just took it and ran. And everything he said was the law of it. That's how it happened. And it just snowballed from there into I can't even get on here and enjoy anything. So, and why should I have to leave social media because people won't leave me alone? Hey, Miss Brenda. People harassed me. People has followed us around and taken pictures of us and posted on here and posted on another site. I can't take it. I've taken it to the cops. Cops won't do anything about it because they're all hiding behind fake names and fake pictures. So they don't have anybody to prosecute. So I have to figure out who's doing it to take to the cops. And then once I figure all that out, then they're determined, oh, well, this might be, worth something. U.S. Army, that's the thing. I got off here. I got off Facebook. I got off everything. And I was still getting messages from my friends. Guys, they're still talking about y'all. They're still posting about y'all daily. You need to go look at this website where they're taking pictures of your car and posting it. One of the people that was doing it lives here. And so they decided when I went to my Facebook and went, man, he lives in Dyersburg. I live in Dyersburg too. Let's find him. And I just said where I'm from, but it doesn't even matter because they all know now. They all know. Every one of them. So when you leave all social media and the only thing you have on your phone is texting, calling, and you can get on Google and do all that stuff. You do smartphone stuff, but you leave all social media and you're getting texts from your friends. This is what's being said about you. This is what's being shown about you. They're following you around. They're taking pictures of you while you're at the hotel. They're taking pictures of your wife when she's in Walmart. They're, but it's just not social media, guys. See, that's what everybody's kind of missing. It's not just because I'm on here. They're doing it in real life, right? Yeah, but that's the thing, lazy guys. When I took it to the cops was like, "This is very stalking behavior." But if you don't have someone to pin it on, what do you want us to do? Isn't that stat? I'm not for sure what you mean by that. Stalking. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But it's like right now, it's like, and I'm just using this as an example. Kurt Rich doesn't have a profile picture. I don't know if that's his real name. Well, let me scroll up. Let me just use this as an example. U.S. Army. I'm using it strictly as an example. I'm sure his mom and daddy didn't name him U.S. Army. That's where he served. Kurt, I'm going to tell you right now, you need to change that. You need to get your real name off of here. I'm sure that U.S. Army's picture isn't his Army rank. I'm sure when you look at his face, you don't see his Army rank. So I don't know anything about U.S. Army besides he comes in here. He's talking. He seems to be a really good guy. He served our country, and he seems to be an all right guy. But if I had to do anything else from him, I wouldn't know a name to tell anybody. I wouldn't have a picture to give him to say this is his picture. Hey, Kata, welcome back. So it's like when they all do that, when I'm pretty sure Ryan Upchurch isn't stalking me. But that's one of the pictures that's being used. Pretty sure that a Disney filter, a Disney villain princess, isn't stalking me. You know? So it's like, yeah, it's stalking. The police officer said, this is stalking behavior. But I don't know. What name do I give him? Just stop already? I don't think that's her God-given name. What does she look like? A Disney filter. So, well, introvert, it's not that serious of a thing to them for them to do something like that. I would basically have to get their name, find out where they live, and get a picture of them on my own to take it to the police here in my town anyway to have anything done about it. I would basically have to do 85% of the work and take it to the police department for them to be able to go, okay, we can file a restraining order on these people now. So I would have to find their name, where they live, everything. So, and I've gotten a few first names. I don't have a face on none of them. I've got what people has told me, but that's hearsay. I can't present a name and a picture and a location to the police department about someone when I don't know it's true, because that's what they do here. They just do that when they don't know it's true. So, but I can't do that. So yeah. I have a headache out of this world. I'm not even going to ask you if you got a headache. I know you do. Don't you?
What?
You got a headache?
I do.
I said I had one out of this world, and I was like, I'm not even going to ask you because I already know you do. It is. And they know. That's why they never come out of hiding. They're not going to. Few of them use their real face and everything, but the ones that use their real face are very, very, very. I don't want to say smart, but they're very, very. I guess smart would be the word there, because they're tedious about what they say and what they do and what information they use and stuff like that. That way they know what they're doing. For now, guys, I'm turning this light back on, and I'm going to make a lot of noise. I'm sorry. Huh? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do these dishes from tonight and get that done and out of the way. So. Who wants to do some dishes with me? Not many. You see Juju? That little head getting it back there, ain't it, guys? She probably heard everything rattle when she thinks I'm cooking or something and she's wanting her cut. Our plates are weird. We got one glass plate. That's real pretty, I think. And we got another plastic. We had two plastic ones. What happened to the other one, babe?
I accidentally melted it in the microwave.
She melted our other one in the microwave. 50-cent plate from Walmart. Miranda, I didn't even know you were still around. Those little head tilts. That's how she ended up with Angela's cookie a while ago. She hit her with them little head tilts, and next thing you know, Juju had a peanut butter cookie. And Angela was sitting there going, I ain't got a cookie. We're going to go ahead and wash these up while I'm sitting here. Her little head tilt gets her just about anything she wants, to be honest with you. She gets it the same way with me. She'll start tilting that little head, and I'm just like, I'll take it. Leave me alone. She's our baby, I'll tell you that much. She is our baby. And see, that's another thing that kind of, back when we was having to stay in the car, which wasn't as hot as it is now. Thank the Lord for that. Sorry, guys, I'm making too much noise. Of course, you two had to stay with us. And so many of these awareness pages was hell-bent on getting her taken away from us. She was never without water. She was never left in the car when it was hot. She was never... She never does without food. But the logic was, if we wasn't on here begging for her food, then she must be out. But a bag of food will last her a lot longer than it will us. Thank you to everyone who's kind of hung around tonight. It has not been a very fun live. Some good conversation here and there. Oh, well, I would have liked it to be. And I would like to just come on here and just visit with my friends. A Great Dane, a Yorkie, and I'm not even going to try to say that middle one. I feel like it'd get me kicked off TikTok the way I would end up pronouncing that. I'm bad enough with names. No, we ain't trying that. I'll have to Google how to say that one. Yeah, that's awareness. For the people who was asking earlier, what's awareness? What y'all just seen pop up on the screen, that's awareness. Stupid stuff like what they just did. And none of these accounts have anybody on them. Huh? Talking to Gigi or me? They'll say the same thing over and over to get me spammed. Yeah, because they just sit there on burner accounts and computers and stuff and send it all through a robot program. So it's not even real people doing it. None of these people who came in and did any of that stuff are real. And then these pieces of shit wonder why I stay private. And they're doing it because you can only block so many people. And then your block list is full. U.S. Army, none of those people are even real. The Catherine Hunter that you commented to, not real. Just a computer. Just a little robot that the trolls use to do stuff like this. None of them are real. Because it'd be the same thing over and over and over again under fake accounts. I appreciate you taking up for us on that one. But yeah, none of them have followers because none of them's real. They're all just made accounts, and then they run through these bot programs to get on here and spam people. Because unfortunately, this is what I was told. I don't know 100%, but this is what I was told by somebody who's a little bit more tech savvy than I am with this. They said the program was originally wrote for people doing lives that wasn't getting many followers. They could go in there and they could make accounts, and then it would stack their numbers up on the lives, and then they would go from that point, and they would have more people in their lives, so more people would actually be seeing it and get on the FYP, stuff like that. That's what I was told that program was originally wrote for. Now, however, the lowlifes have got a hold of it. And this is what they do. They'll run in here with 20 to 30 people. They'll probably, I think I'm the only one in here blocking anything. Maybe the only one. I think my mods have done fell asleep on me. So. I don't know how many people I'm blocking. It's got to be up there. It went 42 comments in between where you said Zolo, say Sholo, to your OMG comment, Miss. 42 of them popped in. Same comment about every third or fourth one. There is a limit. I've heard it's 10,000 blocks you can have on here. And then you've got to go in and start unblocking things to have the block open back up. So, but yeah, there was 42 comments in between you trying to tell me how to say the name to your OMG. And it'll probably happen again. Cholo. Your dog's a cholo? Lights back out. I got the dishes done, so. Yeah, it's most likely about to happen again. Too many people are joining with no names and stuff, no followers from overseas and stuff. So yeah, it's going to happen again. Hey, hi. Hi. Man, no. Got too much stress on me, too much worrying on me right now.
No,
Yeah.
my hand's shaking. I just wanted to let you know.
All right. They've spiked my numbers up to over 300. So, guys, get ready. It's going to happen again. If you say something I don't see it, it's because they're not going to leave me alone. They try to spike your numbers and they put stupid stuff in there. So, yeah. It's been a rough few days, huh? It's at 459 right now. 492, 520. They're going to do is they're going to run that number up and then they're going to drop it drastically, and they're going to try to get my live shut down for that. So yeah, if you do type, I might not see it. And all this because I need help with $65 for our hotel room tomorrow, so me and my wife's not sleeping in a hot car with her medical issues and stuff. If it was cold, we would just pack up, go in the car, and wouldn't put up with this shit. We wouldn't. We would just put our stuff in the trunk of the car, get in the car, go find a shade tree, crash up underneath, and just sleep until we got the money for a room. You know, we're going to do something, guys. It is. It's very crazy. Hey, if y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can see the names when they're coming in, but it's like they're not even American names. They ran it from 103 to 649 right now, 651, and they're fixing to try to crash my life. No, it's not TikTok doing it. It's the trolls and awareness pages doing it, and that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I could leave and come back, but hey, look, there's like real names on there, but I guarantee you, if they run the numbers up big, then drop them all of a sudden, it's going to flag TikTok to be like, hey, you need to go look at this live, and it could crash it out. Or if they spam me with the same thing. So I'm not taking that chance, guys. I'm fixing to end this live. It sucks because I was getting close to the next bonus jump that TikTok does on here. Um, but y'all just watch out for me to jump back on. That was getting kind of stupid with the numbers just then, guys. It was just they was planning on dropping that and trying to just crash out my live, and they're about to run it back up.